Listen closely to what I am about to share with you. The heavens are shifting in your favor at this very moment. What you have longed for, what you thought would never arrive, is being released right now, not tomorrow, not in some far-off future, but now. But you must do your part. Approach this message with faith, with anticipation, and with a heart ready to receive, because if you dismiss it, you might close the door just when your miracle is knocking. In this very instant, something has changed in the unseen realm. You didn't see it with your eyes, you didn't feel it with your senses, but something has shifted spiritually, something that will transform your environment, your days, and your journey. I have spoken, and I have fulfilled my word. I announced it, and I now confirm that your miracle has been set into motion. This is not a distant hope or a promise for someday. It is real, it is present, and it is now. If you have faith and refuse to doubt, if you open your heart and believe, you will feel a wave of peace wash over you. A burden you didn't even realize you were carrying will suddenly lift. The weight that followed you through the night, that invisible pressure you couldn't explain, will fall from your shoulders, not because you've done anything, but because I already have. I am not speaking of a mere possibility. I am declaring this as an accomplished truth. You are not here by chance. I led you here, guiding you with invisible threads, whispers in the chaos, and signs you might have missed, yet they all brought you to this very moment. Every word you hear in this message has been carefully crafted by me. There is no phrase without purpose. Every second you are here is part of a divine plan. Take a deep breath, quiet your mind, and open your heart. What you are about to receive is not a message from man, but a revelation from my throne. Share this word with someone you love, because just as you are being touched, others need to hear what I have to say. Do not isolate yourself. Stay under this mantle. Continue to receive from the abundance I have already prepared for you. You know how long the days have felt. I don't need you to explain the weight of what you've gone through. I was there with you in every moment. I stood with you in the silences that spoke louder than any words, when you thought no one was watching. I saw you when you wore your strength like armor in front of others, while I quietly observed the pain you were carrying in your heart. There are times when you walk into a room and forget why you're there, when you drive with no destination, just hoping the movement will calm the emptiness inside. Yet, still, you rise each morning, care for those around you, solve the problems, and hold up what is crumbling, because you know that others cannot afford to fall apart, and you are the anchor that keeps them grounded. I see this, and I honor it, but I did not call you to merely survive while pretending everything is fine. I called you to live fully, and that is why I come into your story today, not as a visitor, not as someone waiting for permission, but as your God, the one who formed you, the one who planned every moment of your life before the very first began. Today, I come to break the chains you've grown accustomed to declare freedom where you've only known resignation. I am tired of seeing you search for joy in places where I have already decreed liberty. I no longer want you to spend another day surviving while pretending that everything is okay. I want you to rest in my peace, to stand in my truth, and to embrace the fullness of what I have given you. You belong to me, and when I release something, nothing, not even hell itself, can stop it. Today I have released your miracle. I have spoken it. I have done it. And I am watching it unfold as I speak. So stay here. You not ignore a single word. This moment will not come again. Do not close this page thinking you can return later. This could be your last chance to change, the direction of your life. Stay. Listen, what is coming is even deeper. My child, listen closely, because what I am saying to you now is not just comforting words or temporary relief. What you are receiving is not by chance. It is supernatural. It is fulfillment. It is my will revealed at the perfect moment. Why now? Because the time I ordained for you to step into what is rightfully yours has come. It wasn't meant to be before, and it won't be after. At this very moment, the heavens have opened, the answer has descended, and your miracle is on its way to you. Yes, you've walked through deserts. I know. You journeyed through barren lands where nothing seemed to bear fruit, where everything you touched withered, and you believed it was punishment. But it wasn't judgment, it was preparation. I was shaping you in silence, in trials, and in darkness. Those nights you cried, feeling abandoned, were the fertile soil where I planted the seed of your future. Though you couldn't hear my voice, I was there, cradling you in every tear, strengthening the parts of you that felt shattered. And now, the flower of the promise has broken through the soil of your waiting. What seemed dead before, what you couldn't see, is now beginning to sprout. A new season is being born for you, a season where honor will replace the shame you once carried, where those who criticize you will now admire you. Where you lost, I will restore. Where you were hurt, I will heal. Where you only knew struggle, I will bring peace. You may not have all the answers, and I'm not asking you to. What I ask of you is to believe in the one who holds all the answers. I don't just want you to have faith in the miracle. I want you to trust in my character. I am who I am, the same God who stood with Moses, with David, with Esther, with Mary. I am with you now. Do you know how many times I've forgiven you without you even realizing it? How many times you were on the verge of falling, and you did because I placed my hand there? How many paths I closed to protect you from destruction? How many doors I opened to move you forward? What you are experiencing now is no coincidence. It is liberation, and I have decided to reveal it to you. I have chosen to make visible what I kept hidden for so long, to show the world that I am your God, that I am with you, and that no one can touch what I have blessed. Whoever comes against you is coming against my promise. Someone left. I allowed it. Something stopped. I aligned it to unfold at the perfect time. It wasn't a delay, it was part of the plan. If up until now things didn't make sense, understand this: I was saving it all for this moment, when you had no human strength left to understand that everything would come from my hand. When you see it all come to pass, you won't boast. It won't be about your effort. It's no longer about merit, it's about grace. It's no longer about chasing after blessings. It's about trusting that the blessing is chasing after you. It's no longer about doing it alone. It's about walking under my word. Today, I reaffirm that what is rightfully yours will not be taken. It will not be swapped. I have sealed what I've prepared for you, and no plan that opposes it will withstand the power I've just unleashed. Your story bears the mark of my hand. It is surrounded by my glory. Do you know that exam you're stressing about? That call that hasn't come through yet? The debt that seemed too overwhelming to handle? That son or daughter who turned away from everything? None of it has escaped my notice. Not a single detail has gone unnoticed. I am at work in every part of your life. While you are listening to this message, I am already moving on your behalf, because there is no prayer prayed in faith that I disregard. You prayed even when you were too tired. You served even when it hurt. You cared for others even when you needed care yourself. You thought no one was watching, but I saw every moment, and I wrote it down in my book. Today, I am rewarding you with the answer you thought was lost, the answer you had given up on. I am faithful, and everything I promise you is still intact and will come to pass. You have endured more than many realize. The smiles you wore were not always signs of happiness, but shields hiding the battles you fought internally. You stood strong when everything around you pushed you to give up. You remained faithful when there was no expectation to do so. Constant in your weariness, silent in your tears, when none of it went unseen by me. Every step you took, every ounce of effort you made, I witnessed it all. Nothing was invisible to me. Tired, every decision made in the midst of doubt, every act of kindness you sowed into barren ground, I saw it all. I kept track of every effort, and I have used all that you've done as the foundation upon which I am now building the fulfillment you deserve by my grace. I never abandoned you, not for a single moment, even when the paths you walked seemed empty. I was going ahead of you, even when the answers did come. My will was always at work. I was orchestrating everything your eyes couldn't yet see. I know there were days when you questioned if all the effort was worth it, wondering if your prayers were being heard, or if the heavens had turned silent. But the truth is, I was working behind the scenes, creating answers that needed more than just words. I was shaping your heart so that when the fulfillment came, you could receive it without fear, pride, or guilt. That season of brokenness that seemed endless was not the end for you. It was the soil in which I planted something eternal. I didn't leave you to perish there. I placed you in that soil to take root, because what is now beginning to bloom in your life is not just a moment. It is a transformation. It is not a fleeting emotion. It is a season, and it's not just temporary relief. It is a victory that carries an eternal name. You walked through the darkness with a flame that seemed to flicker against the harsh winds, but you didn't let it extinguish. That's why today, I breathe new strength into you, rekindling the fire you kept burning despite all logic. I know the price you paid. I know the sacrifices you made in silence, the decisions you made out of love even when others didn't understand. The times you denied your own needs to care for others. You might have thought those were small or unnoticed gestures, but in heaven, they were seeds sown in holy ground. Now, it's time for the harvest, not according to the speed of men, but according to the eternal rhythm of heaven. The scales are tipping in your favor, not by your own strength, but by the weight of my faithfulness. The enemy whispered so many lies, telling you that it was impossible, that it wasn't worth it. He planted seeds of doubt in your mind, trying to convince you that you were forgotten, that all was in vain. But I was speaking to you too, even when you didn't recognize it, in that verse you found unexpectedly, in that embrace when you needed it most, in that song that made you weep without understanding why. I was speaking to you through the details because I knew your heart could still hear me there, and because with me, the smallest things carry immense power. The moment has arrived. You didn't attract this. I have decreed it, and nothing can undo what I have already set into motion. What once seemed closed is now opening. What once seemed lost is being restored. What appeared broken is being healed, not by your strength, but by my Spirit. Everything you need has already been provided. I have been preparing you, not just to receive, but to sustain what I am giving you, because what I am releasing now will not be temporary, fragile, or taken away. It will take root deeply and bear lasting fruit. This will not be a brief visit. It will be a permanent dwelling. It will not be a half measure. It will be a complete transformation. There are things you don't yet fully understand, but it is not your job to have all the answers. It is my work, and I am perfect in all my designs. What appeared to be chaos was actually part of a divine plan. What seemed like interruptions were in fact alignments. Every so-called setback was protection, every detour was a direction, and every loss opened the door to something greater. You were waiting for a miracle, but I am doing so much more than that. I am renewing your identity, restoring your soul, and writing your story. Everything you have experienced up until this moment has been intricately woven into a plan that surpasses your understanding. These were not random events. Every twist, every unexpected change, and every difficult season fit perfectly into a higher purpose. They were not mistakes, they were strategies. I have been at work behind what seemed senseless, moving in ways you cannot see, but which are shaping your reality. When I craft a destiny, I do it with intention, not on a whim. So many moments have shown you your own vulnerability. You found yourself without clear direction, without answers, and without certainty. But in those moments, when you felt the weakest, my strength rose up within you. When your voice grew faint, my word remained firm. While your plans crumbled, my plans stood unshaken. It wasn't your strength that carried you this far, it was my constant mercy. That mercy followed you when everything else withdrew, wrapped you in its embrace when no one else did, and healed your wounds even when you didn't know how to ask for help. Now, a new chapter begins, and it will be unlike anything you've experienced before. This time, you won't walk by mere effort, but by revelation. You will no longer depend on the doors others open or close, because I have already prepared paths that only you can walk, assignments that only you can fulfill, and provisions that can only be explained by the direct intervention of my hand. It will be undeniable. You won't need to convince anyone. What will be seen in your life will speak louder than any argument. Because what I place upon a person shines even in the darkest times. What once seemed like it needed human approval to unfold will now be released without permission from any earthly authority. I will not do things in the usual way, nor will I repeat old patterns. I am doing something fresh, something that will not be a copy of anything you have seen before, because you were created for the unique, not the generic. And every moment that seemed like a delay was actually a necessary period of isolation, so that you wouldn't be tainted by others' expectations. I did not call you to repeat the stories of others. I called you to create a new one. Don't wait for validation from those who couldn't see your journey. Don't measure your calling by the reactions of those around you. What I am doing in you doesn't need human approval to be real. There are things that only my spirit can reveal, and what you're about to live does not need anyone's approval to come to pass. You carry an eternal seal, one that I placed upon you, and it does not rely on merit but on purpose. I didn't choose you because of your perfection. I chose you knowing your struggles, your limitations, your breakdowns. Even then, I chose you not for what you can do, but for what I will do through you. You've had seasons where your voice felt insignificant, where your words seemed to vanish against invisible barriers. But now, I will make every word you speak carry weight, every prayer hold power, and every step you take command authority, not by force, but by my delegation. What you are about to receive will not be just for you. It will be a blessing to many. I do not multiply to store, I multiply to send. What I am multiplying in your life will reach far beyond what you can imagine. Everything that once seemed stagnant will suddenly begin to move, But it won't be chaos, it will be acceleration, because the waiting time has passed. What once appeared distant is now drawing near with strength. You will look back and hardly recognize the ground you walked on, because I will transform everything. Even the place of your deepest pain will become unrecognizable due to the glory I will bring. Not because your history will be erased, but because your story will now be filled with my glory. There is not a single moment in your life that has escaped my sight. Every season, even those that felt devoid of purpose, carried my invisible mark. While you were counting the days waiting for answers, I was orchestrating events that hadn't even happened yet. While you searched for immediate fixes, I was building eternal foundations. Because what I am designing in your life is not temporary or shallow, it is deep, transcendent, and lasting. I am not building something fragile. I am building something firm, something that will not crumble when the winds of opposition blow. The exhaustion you felt was not in vain. The weariness that made you question if it was worth it was the sign that something greater was being birthed within you. It was difficult to move forward, not because you were failing, but because you were carrying seeds of destiny, and seeds are heavy when they are about to break through the earth. That's why there were moments when everything seemed dense, complicated, or silent. But in that silence, I was speaking to you in a deeper language, the language of the Spirit, the language of my will. I do not work on the surface. I work in the deep. And that's why I removed layers you had long forgotten, causing you to look within, face old thoughts, and break mental chains you had accepted as part of who you are. I didn't do it to expose you, but to heal you, because I could not give you the new while you were still holding on to the old. I couldn't release the fullness of it to you while you were still carrying what was broken. You had to let go of old ideas, relationships, habits, and perceptions. And yes, it hurt, but it was the pain of transformation, not abandonment. Now that the essential things have been revealed, I can entrust to you what many have longed for but haven't had the endurance to handle. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being willing to be shaped, to surrender when it would have been easier to resist, to trust when it felt simpler to give up. That willingness has opened a door with no end. There is no turning back, because when I open, no one can shut. What I have opened for you is not just an opportunity, it is boundless access to my favor. Do not allow the doubts of the past to cloud the clarity of this present moment. Don't view the new through the lens of the old. What didn't work before is not a shadow that will hinder what I am doing now, because this is not a repetition of the past, but a complete reset. I've cleared your surroundings, redefined your path, and repositioned you in places where your voice will be heard, not because you shout louder, but because I have filled your voice with authority from heaven. Every step you take from this point forward will be filled with divine direction. Even the steps that seem small will have far-reaching consequences, because you are not walking according to human logic. You are moving with an anointing that shatters limitations. I have assigned you to things that go beyond what you currently understand. And though you may not see the entire picture yet, each day I will show you what you need not to control, but to live in obedience. My faithfulness has no expiration date, and the covenant I made with you cannot be undone by your confusion nor weakened by your mistakes. What I began, I will complete, and it will not be done halfway. It will not be lacking in any way. It will be perfect. The impact of this promise will continue to echo in your life, because what I have released is not contingent upon your emotions but is grounded in my unchanging nature. This will not stop now. The wheel has already begun to turn, and what once seemed immovable has been set in motion. Very soon, you will begin to see signs that will confirm that everything has shifted, even if at first it doesn't seem like it. Before your days even began, I had already mapped out your life, not a straight, predictable road, but a sacred journey filled with twists and turns that were designed to protect your purpose. I didn't prevent you from facing certain trials because I knew that through them, a strength would rise within you that you never realized you had. I didn't hold you back at every precipice because you needed to learn that even when you are on the edge, I am always holding you. For a long time, you watched others move ahead while it felt like you were stuck. You saw doors open for those who didn't appear to work as hard, and deep inside, you questioned if I had forgotten your name, your story. But it wasn't forgetfulness, it was strategy, because the place I am preparing for you is not designed for rushing, but for fullness. You weren't slow. You were being perfected. I was refining you like a precious instrument because what you are about to bring forth must be in harmony with my heart, with my truth, with my eternal purpose. This marks the end of one season and the beginning of something entirely new. You will no longer walk from a place of lack, but from a place of abundance. You will no longer wait in fear, but will move forward in confidence. The time of suspended promises is over. Heaven's clock has set the moment, and that moment is now. Never forget, what I have decreed for your life cannot be undone. It is irrevocable. It is holy. It is yours, and no one can take what I have given to you. Today is a divine moment, a time where heaven reaches down to offer you the key you've been yearning for. This key is not just a symbol, but the answer to your deepest prayers and the doorway to everything you've been seeking. But heed this. Rejecting this message would be turning away from the precious gift that God has specifically prepared for you. Stay with me, for what's about to unfold can change the course of your life forever. Every word spoken today carries divine significance. I am showering you with blessings beyond your imagination, bringing provision where there was once lack, clearing the path where obstacles stood, and undoing every force of evil that sought to hinder your progress. I am the God who fights for you, the one who has never left your side, even in the darkest storms. Today, I declare that peace is not only coming but victory as well. The doors that have been locked for so long will begin to open, and every chain holding you will break. I want you to know that after today, your worries about finances, debt, and the burdens that have weighed on your heart will be lifted. I've already sent my angels to work on your behalf, and the transformation of your circumstances is underway. To fully receive these blessings, you must stay focused and attentive. Don't let a single moment slip by without absorbing the message I'm delivering today, for I am preparing something extraordinary for you. At the end, I will pray for you, that all the promises I've made will come to pass in your life. There is something crucial you must always remember every time you hear words that resonate deeply within you, every time you sense that it is I speaking directly to your heart. Respond by showing your faith, pray, cry out, and believe without hesitation. Faith is the key that unlocks the heavens, and today, I am giving you that key to move forward toward all I have prepared for you. Do not ignore this moment or turn away, for this message has reached you at the perfect time, and it may be your final opportunity to receive this fresh and living word I've crafted just for you. Open your heart, stay with me, and prepare yourself, because what is coming is far beyond anything you have asked for or imagined. Listen closely, for what I am about to reveal is vital for your life. Right now, stop everything and give your full attention to what I am saying, for my voice is reaching the deepest parts of your soul. I have a perfect, unique plan for you, one that is unlike any other, designed with love, care, and precision. You are my creation, and nothing I do is by chance. I know the battles you face are heavy. I know there have been times when your strength seemed to fade, when every path appeared closed, and the obstacles in your way seemed impossible to overcome. Perhaps right now, you are carrying burdens that feel too great to bear, weighed down by the uncertainty of what tomorrow holds. You may find yourself questioning whether the light will ever break through the darkness, but let me assure you of this. I have seen every tear you've shed, and none of them have gone unnoticed by me. Every prayer, even the silent ones when words failed, has reached my throne. Every desire in your heart, no matter how hidden or unspoken, is written in my book. Today, I'm about to reveal something powerful to you, something that has the potential to transform your life if you receive it with faith. The Creator of the universe, the King of Kings, has turned his face toward you in eternal love, and today, he has chosen this moment to pour blessings into your life, blessings beyond anything you've imagined. It's no coincidence that you are hearing these words right now. Why is this happening? Because my love for you is boundless, unconditional, and beyond human comprehension. That love is with you, strengthening you, lifting you, and replacing fear with hope. At times, you may see yourself as insignificant, weak, or overwhelmed by the challenges around you. But let me remind you of something essential. I do not see you this way. When I look at you, I see immense value, and I see the inner strength I've placed within you. Even when your faith is tested, it burns brightly, a flame that cannot be extinguished. With my presence beside you, you can overcome any challenge, break any barrier. There is nothing too great for me, and if I am with you, no force can stand against you. Perhaps you are facing a financial crisis that seems insurmountable, where bills pile up and there's not enough to meet your needs. I know your struggles. I see the weight of your burden pressing on your heart. But hear this truth: there is still hope. No matter how dark the situation may seem, or how impossible the solution appears, hope remains. With faith, everything can transform. I am your provider and faithful sustainer, and I have promised in my word that I will never allow the righteous to fall, nor will I forsake those who trust in me. I know every need you have, even the smallest ones, and I am always prepared to act on your behalf. Just as I did for my faithful children in the past, I extend my hand to you now, offering the provision you need. Remember what I have said: I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I will act in your life too, for I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Do not be afraid, this moment is for you. Stay alert and do not turn away, for what I am about to reveal will strengthen your faith and prepare you to receive the key that will open the door you have been waiting for. Before the world began, every detail of your life was part of my plan. Every step you take, every challenge you face, even the most confusing or painful moments, are threads in an invisible tapestry I am weaving to bring you to a glorious future. Nothing in your life happens by chance. Every event is under my watch, and though you may not always understand the purpose behind the trials, know that each one has eternal significance. My thoughts toward you are peaceful, not harmful, with plans to give you a future filled with hope. When your strength seems to fade and the doors remain closed, remember that it is in those moments that my power is perfected. I am the God who opens doors no one else can, and closes those that do not align with your eternal destiny. I have seen your journey and felt your burden, and I know the longing of your heart for answers. Not a single prayer had been lost, Every word you've lifted to me hath been kept. There are promises yet to be fulfilled, but they are alive before me. Today serves as a reminder that no word from my mouth returns void. The seed I've planted in your life is about to bear fruit, and the season of drought will not last forever. The tears you once shed in sorrow will soon be transformed into shouts of joy, a joy that will surpass all understanding. I know that doubt often fills your mind, and uncertainty creeps in like a silent thief, trying to steal your peace and sow fear in your heart. But remember this: faith is not based on what you can see, but on what I have promised. Even when the circumstances appear to work against you, my word stands firm, and nothing can hinder the fulfillment of my plans. Today, let your faith rise stronger than ever before, for what I am about to do in your life is beyond anything your eyes have seen or your ears have heard, something miraculous that will bring glory to my name and show that I am the one who holds all things together. This is not a time to fear or to let your present circumstances define your future. The enemy has tried to close doors, making you feel trapped, but the truth is that I have been preparing something far greater for you, something that exceeds your understanding. Sometimes, I allow certain doors to close because the ones I will open are far more magnificent. The opportunities ahead are not just for solving temporary issues. They are designed to place you in positions of honor, where my light will shine brightly through you. Every battle you faced hath been a lesson. Every tear has strengthened you, and every fall has drawn you closer to a deeper dependence on my grace. Today is a day to remember that I am your refuge, your provider, and your protector. Just as I sustained Elijah during times of scarcity and parted the sea for Israel to walk through on dry land, I will move in your circumstances in the same way. There is no sea too deep, nor desert too dry, to stop my hand from working on your behalf. Even when those around you say there's no way forward, I create hidden paths. When it seems like all options have been exhausted, I release my power and do what seems impossible. My resources are limitless, and my provision comes in ways no one could ever predict. Hold on to this truth. The key that unlocks the door you've been waiting for is in my hands, and I am about to place it in yours. That key represents new levels of blessing, the breaking of chains that have held you down, and the restoration and progress you've been waiting for. The season of waiting is almost over because I make all things new. No matter how challenging the journey had been, or how long the waiting seemed, nothing had been wasted. Every moment has been shaping and preparing you for what is about to unfold. Stay firm, and don't let doubt weaken your faith. I am with you every step of the way, and my faithfulness is unwavering. Very soon, you will witness the fruit of your faith and see the tangible answers to your prayers. This is just the beginning of something truly glorious. In this exact moment, know that a spiritual movement is taking place on your behalf, an invisible process to your eyes, but one that is powerful in the heavenly realms. There are battles that take place in unseen realms, far beyond what your physical eyes can perceive. But know this: every victory in those realms is starting to manifest in your life. My power is always active. My hand never ceases to move, and every angel I've sent is working tirelessly to fulfill the purpose I've set for you. The stirring you feel within your spirit, the driving force that pushes you forward even when you're weak, is proof that something great is unfolding in your favor. Every person who has wronged you, every harsh word spoken, and every obstacle that seemed insurmountable is now being redirected by my power to work for your good. Just as Joseph was betrayed and rose from it to a place of honor, I'm using every challenge, every painful experience, to guide you toward a greater purpose. There is no pain too deep for transformation, no loss that can't become the foundation for something better under my control. What seems like a setback right now is actually propelling you forward into my perfect will. The waiting period has been shaping your character in ways you may not even realize. You've learned perseverance in the face of adversity, and your faith has grown stronger in the midst of uncertainty, touching lives beyond what you can see. Though others may not have voiced it, your steadfastness has inspired them. The work I'm doing in you isn't just personal, it resonates outward, impacting the world around you. Now, I encourage you to lift your gaze beyond your immediate circumstances. Don't limit your dreams or your future to what you can currently see. The vision I have for you is far greater than anything you've imagined, and my plans for you stretch into areas you haven't yet considered. I am expanding your influence, broadening your reach, and awakening gifts within you that have long remained dormant, gifts that are now being activated to fulfill a divine purpose. In the past, my silence may have seemed long and unbroken, but it had a purpose. During those silent seasons, I was refining your character, purifying your motives, and cultivating the patience needed to sustain what's coming. It's not just about receiving a blessing, but about maturing spiritually so you can hold on to it, nurture it, and allow it to stand as a testament to my faithfulness. Don't be disheartened if what you possess now seems small. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed. It starts small, but it grows into something immense. What begins humbly under my guidance will always culminate in glory. With each step of obedience and every act of faith, you are planting seeds in fertile ground that will eventually bear fruit. I urge you to renew your mindset and spirit. Let go of defeatist thoughts and begin to declare life, blessings, and purpose. Words aligned with my will carry great power. Lift your voice not to complain, but to declare that something new is on the horizon. When you speak with faith, the atmosphere begins to shift, because where there is true faith, my presence moves powerfully to transform even the most immovable obstacles. I am guiding you into a season where you will walk in spiritual authority, not only as someone receiving blessings, but as a vessel of blessing to others. Your testimony will be the key that opens doors for those who are still searching for hope. I have entrusted you with a sacred responsibility, and along with that, I have equipped you with the strength and ability to carry it out. Just as an eagle soars confidently into the sky, I want you to embrace this word and take that leap of faith with courage, knowing that I have given you everything you need to rise. The wind of my spirit will carry you to heights you never imagined possible. This is only the start of a spiritual awakening that will transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Get ready, for the time of manifestation is close, and nothing can stop what I have destined for you. There will be times in life when things seem unclear, and the path ahead appears uncertain. In those moments, questions may cloud your mind, and the weight of uncertainty may burden your heart. But even in the midst of confusion, trust that there is a steady and unshakable plan, one that I have specifically designed for you. Even when clouds obscure your vision, my light still guides your every step. You have never walked alone. Even in your moments of weakness, it has been I who have upheld you, ensuring you never fall beyond what you can handle. In this season, I am teaching you how to hear my voice amid the noise of the world. Not everything that glitters is from me, and not every open door is one I have opened. It is crucial to rely not just on your sight or the advice of others, but on the peace I give within you. I have promised to guide you, and I will not allow you to stray from the path. When I speak, it is with clarity. When I lead, It is with precision because I am a God of order, and every step I guide you in serves a purpose. In this season, I am sharpening your spiritual senses. I have allowed certain situations to arise in your life to teach you how to discern between what is temporary and what is eternal, between what is shallow and what runs deep. Some blessings may come quickly, but they are short-lived because they lack a firm foundation. But the blessings I give you, those that come from above, are built to endure. They are meant to establish you and bring stability to every area of your life. What I create in you is not fragile or fleeting. It is solid, lasting, and anchored in my word, which will never fail. Now is the time to align your desires with my will. In the past, you may have chased dreams that seemed good but didn't align with the purpose I have for your life. Don't be discouraged by this. It's all part of your journey. Today, I am calling you to surrender your plans into my hands and let me shape your dreams so they align with the eternal purpose I have prepared for you. The greatest blessing is not just what you've asked for, but what I know you truly need to fulfill your destiny. There is a deeper level of my presence that awaits your discovery. It's not just about receiving material blessings or seeing visible answers, but about reaching a place where your spirit is so rooted in me that nothing can shake you. True victory is not just witnessing a miracle, but walking with the unshakable certainty that my presence is enough and my grace is abundant. That conviction will make you strong and unyielding in the face of adversity. I am awakening a new ability in you to see beyond your current circumstances, to recognize hidden opportunities within every challenge. Every obstacle you encounter is a platform for growth, a chance to rise higher if you face it with faith and the right perspective. Don't fear challenges. Within them lies the power to propel you forward. Every struggle contains a seed of victory, waiting to blossom. Right now, I am also restoring areas of your life you once thought were beyond repair: broken relationships, abandoned dreams, lost opportunities. There is nothing beyond my reach. What seems lost to you is the raw material I will use to rebuild and restore. I have the power to transform what seems broken or ruined into something even more magnificent. Never limit what I can accomplish. Open your heart to the possibility of the extraordinary, for my strength lies in breathing life into what appears to be lost and bringing hope where only ashes remain. Stand firm, and do not allow anxiety to steal your peace. Each day comes with its own challenges, and every moment is under my control. I am teaching you to trust fully, not in your own strength or in changing circumstances, but in my unwavering faithfulness. When you are anchored in my truth, no storm can shake you from the firm foundation on which you stand. Soon, you will see how the scattered pieces of your life will begin to come together. What you do not understand today will become clear tomorrow. The answers will come, and they will not only meet your needs but will exceed your expectations, for when I move, I do so with abundance and excellence. Stay expectant, with a heart open to my will, because the best is yet to come. At this very moment, remember that every season you go through holds a greater purpose. Life is not defined solely by times of plenty or times of scarcity, but by a story carefully crafted by my hands, where every detail plays an essential role. Sometimes, the longest and most painful processes bear the sweetest and most lasting fruit. Do not fear the waiting, for in that time, I am working not just on what surrounds you, but more importantly, on the depths of who you are. Patience and perseverance are precious virtues that are forged in trials, and these qualities will sustain you when the fullness of what I have prepared finally comes. Right now, I am dismantling old thought patterns that have held you back. I am renewing your understanding so you can see and think with my perspective, not just from a natural viewpoint. As your mind expands and your spirit receives fresh revelation, what once seemed impossible will begin to take shape right before your eyes. You are not meant to live an ordinary life or settle for the limited offerings of this world. I have placed within you a potential that goes beyond human boundaries, a potential that is activated when you fully trust in my guidance. I send you this word as a lamp to light your way and a guide to your journey. Do not grow weary or let doubt rob you of what is rightfully yours as an heir of eternal promises. Stay strong, for the fulfillment of what I've promised is closer than you realize, and when it arrives, you will see that every step of the journey was worth it.